Hello, welcome back or welcome to Embrace the Moment. I'm Judith, and um, I don't really know where message is going to go. Um, for those of you who've been following, you know this nothing is scripted, and it's just whatever I'm feeling at the moment, whatever I'm thinking, how I'm experiencing things in the moment. Um, a lot has been going on lately in my life. Some health issues, some emotional issues, some just stuff. Uh, and some things have been happening in the last couple of days that have like really thrown me to a place I don't want to be. I For those of you who don't know, I'm 60. I'll be 61 this year, this summer, at the end of the summer. And I have decided that it's in my best interest mentally, emotionally, physically to enforce boundaries that I have in place. In the past, I haven't enforced them. I set boundaries. I said, okay, I'm not going to let people do this. I'm not going to let people do that or say this or whatever. And then I allow certain people to get away with whatever. But I've decided I'm not going to do that anymore, that I have to protect myself and look out for myself. Because if I don't, I'm the one that ends up um, in the bad place. And I heard something, I don't remember if it was on Instagram or Facebook, it was a reel, and the person was saying that the moment you begin to set boundaries and enforce them, the people who have done the worst then begin to say, "Oh, you're a mean person. You're not fair. You know." And something happened last night or yesterday afternoon, and I had a disagreement with my adult son. I'm gonna say disagreement, but I had to tell him that I was not gonna tolerate disrespect. And this person that I carried for 9 months, that I was in labor for 3 days with, this person that I made sacrifices for, that I went without food so they could have, had the nerve to tell me that I never loved them, that they know I didn't, that I've been this horrible person, and that God has seen everything I've done, and I am just not a good person. That I've never done anything for them in his life. I've never done anything for him in his life, and that can be furthest from the truth. And it hurt me. It hurt me because I'm the kind of person that would make sacrifices for everything. I gave up on things that I wanted to do to accommodate other people, to make other people comfortable, to make other people feel important. And I remember somebody saying to me, it was a while ago, they said to me, "You need to practice self care." What is that? And I said it to her, "What is that? What does that look like? What does that, how do you do that?" And they were like, "Well, you can journal, you can rest more, you can, treat yourself to a treat, take yourself to the movies, take what? I don't have time for that at that time. I don't have time for that. That's not something that we as black women do. When we're raising a family, when we're taking care of elderly parents, when we don't put ourselves first because we were raised to believe that that's not what you do. To be told so many times growing up that my wants ended where someone else's needs began, and not even knowing as a 5 or 6 year old child the difference between a want and a need, and growing up and thinking that the things that I needed to make me a happier person, to make me a more productive person, to make me a more secure person, to think that those needs weren't really needs, that they were wants. But now, as an adult and dealing with childhood trauma and trying to heal from childhood trauma and get past the triggers, I realize now that those other people, those weren't needs. They didn't need to be in my mother's presence. They wanted it. And she gave in to other people's wants. She pushed my needs aside to fulfill other people's wants, but to fulfill her need to be wanted. It didn't matter that I needed my mother or I needed my father. That didn't matter to them. What mattered was their need to be wanted and to get approval from people who didn't do anything for them, who were not related to them, who were just there. And now, as an adult, I have a need to be wanted that stems from me not receiving the attention I needed as a child. But I want to be loved. I want to be wanted and appreciated for what I do. I don't want to just be here and sit here and wait till somebody needs me. I want somebody to want to be around me, to be told that I think I'm better than other people, which is not true. And that nobody wants to be around me because I think I'm better than other people. That hurts, to be told that I never did anything for anybody, or for when somebody needed me, I was never there for them. When did you need me that I wasn't there? To be put second to everything and everyone else, and only first when somebody else needs something from me or wants something from me. And so I said, those boundaries, all that has to go. So the boundary is, if you cannot communicate with me and check on me and just be nice to me, then don't come around when you want me to do something for you. I don't need that. And it's not a matter of me thinking I'm better, because if I don't think I'm good enough, how can I expect anyone else to think I'm good enough? People say you teach people how to treat you. And I taught people how to disrespect me. And I'm not taking it anymore. And if people can't understand that, if they can't, accept that, no, I'm not taking disrespect anymore, then that's their problem. That's not my problem. That's their problem. And we have to learn that as women, that yes, we're mothers. Yes, we're daughters. Yes, we're aunts. But we're also humans, and we're women, and we have our own feelings and our own emotions and our own needs and our own wants. And we have to have those fulfilled. And if the people around us aren't capable of doing that, aren't capable of helping us to see our worth, then they're not people who need to be in our lives. And that goes for family too. No, I don't want to cut my family out. No, I don't want to cut my children off. But if I have to distance myself, then I have to distance myself, because if we don't put ourselves first, then we won't be able to do anything for anybody else. It's like when you're on a plane and they say when the cabin pressure drops, you put your oxygen mask on first and then you tend to whoever's next to you, because you're no good to anyone if something happens to you. I'm no good to anyone if I'm sick. You're no good to anyone if you're in such a deep state of depression that you cannot function. You're no good to anyone if you are so worn out because you've given every ounce of your energy to other people and no one has given anything back. We aren't supposed to cry. Wrong. We are supposed to rest. If we need to cry, we're supposed to cry. If we need to go skydiving, then that's what we need to do. We need to do what we need to do to preserve ourselves first. Whether women, we're nurturers, so we put other people ahead of ourselves more than men do. But hey, guys, you can't provide for us or for your families or even for yourself if you are so worn down because you've been providing and providing and providing for everyone else and not yourselves. We need to do what we need to do for ourselves. We need to take that moment to take a deep breath. We need to take that moment to take a nap, to rest, to read a book, to write in your journal, to just go for a walk. If you live near the beach, go for a walk on the beach. If you live in the mountains, go for a walk. Find a trail. Go, take a walk. Go to the park. We need to put ourselves first. We need to take that time for ourselves. Because if we don't, and I'm going to keep saying this as long as I have to say it, if we don't take time for ourselves, we will be no good to anyone else. So, let's take a moment just for us. Go out, smell the flowers, take a walk in the park, go sit on a bench somewhere, read a book, listen to some music. Just block out everything and just be in your own presence. If you need to play a game on your phone, play a game on your phone. If you need to, whatever it is, start painting, arts and crafts, whatever. Take that moment, take that time, take that week, that day, that month, whatever, for yourself. Even if it's an hour a day, take that time for yourself. And if people can't understand that, hey, at 6 a.m., I'm not available to you, then, oh well, that's their problem. It's not yours. Stop, and I'm talking to myself as well, stop letting other people's problems be your problem. Because the moment you stand up and say, no, I can't do that for you, you're going to be the worst person in the world. Then your feelings going to be hurt from all the nastiness and the toxicity and the negativity that spews from the mouths of the people that you have overly given to. There was a woman that I used to do everything for. We were supposed to be friends. I helped her kids with homework. I did so much. I'm sacrificed. And this woman had the nerve to turn around and tell me when I did not go and do something that, I don't know, whatever it was, one time. I do so much for you and I made sacrifices for you and I did this for you and I did that for you. When? I was like, when? When did you do those things? Because I don't remember in that. I remember I did those things. When did you do anything for me? When have you ever done anything for me? And she got so livid and mad. And at that moment, I was like, This friendship is over. This woman went around and talked about me like a dog. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. That's her issue. That's not my issue. And if people wanted to believe the things that she said about me, that's okay, that too. Because what they eat don't make me have to go to the bathroom. They're not paying any of my bills. They're not supporting my life. They're not giving anything to me. They're not bringing anything in. And if people can't bring something to the table, if they can't feed into you to restore you after you have given all, they don't need to be there. People will take and take and take and take and take and never give back. And never thank you for what they've withdrawn from you. We need more people in our lives who deposit into us as we deposit into them. More give and take. Positive energy, positive vibes. That's what we need. And if people can't give us that, they don't need to be here. It is what it is. So I'm here to tell you, take that time for yourself. Set your boundaries. Be firm with your boundaries. Yeah, it's going to hurt when people cut you off, but oh well. This too shall pass. Know that I love you. And I'm going to be here. If you need anything, if you need to talk, hey, you know where to find me. Right in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if this is what you like. Click that bell for the notifications. Comment, share, all of that good stuff. Have a great week. Love you. Bye.